There's an old saying that echoes across the galaxy. Send the men when you want a war. Send the women when you want it over. For centuries, no one bothered to ask why. Today, you're going to find out. The year is 2481. The Dominion's 8th Shock Armada, a colossal force of 3,000 capital ships, is hurtling straight for our home, for Sol. Their admiral, a fearsome creature named Kresheva, laughed until his mandibles shook when the sensor report came back. He read it aloud on an open channel for his entire fleet to hear. 1 human female, 68 kilos, threat level 0. Cocky, wasn't he? He then gave the order, dripping with arrogance, "Capture her alive. My Empress wants a new pet." The reply that came back was soft, but it was as cold as the void between stars. "Negative, Admiral. You're already dead. You just haven't stopped breathing yet." And then, her ship, the TNS Euryale, vanished. It simply disappeared from every single scope in the entire Armada. You see, the Euryale wasn't a warship. It was a scalpel, a precision instrument built for a single occupant, Captain Aella Voss. She slipped into subspace just 3 milliseconds ahead of real time. That's close enough that the enemy's sensors thought she was still there, but far enough that no targeting computer in the galaxy could ever draw a bead on her. The first kill took exactly 12 seconds. The Dominion's flagship Super Dreadnought, a monstrosity named the Divine Right, suddenly had every one of its fusion cores sliced open like ripe fruit. 20 kilometers of state-of-the-art warship became a newborn son. The resulting blast erased 1,000 nearby capitals before their crews could even finish their terrified screams. One moment, a third of the Armada was there. The next, just incandescent gas. When the Dominion sensors finally managed to recalibrate and lock onto a single heat signature, Admiral Kresheva thought his computers were broken. Because what they showed was impossible. A lone woman clad in matte black armor was standing on the burning, twisted hull of his former flagship, and she waved. Then she started walking. Not flying with a jetpack. Walking. Across the wreckage, through the hard vacuum of space, from one crippled ship to the next, as if she were taking a stroll through a park on a Sunday afternoon. Dominion Marines in power rigs twice her size frantically emptied entire plasma magazines at her. But her armor just drank the energy and seemed to ask for more. She never even broke her stride. One desperate cruiser captain tried to ram her. She just put one hand on its massive prow, whispered something to its machine spirit that no one could hear, and the warship threw itself into a hard reverse, carving through its own battle line like a chainsaw through butter. The chaos was absolute. 800 ships were left. Aella stopped in the silent void. Behind her, the burning wrecks of over 2,000 warships formed a perfect, horrifying ring of fire, a halo of dead metal framing her against the stars. And for the first time, she drew her sword. It wasn't some high-tech energy blade. It was plain, folded steel, 400 years old, forged on Earth long before humanity ever dreamed of leaving the ground. Kresheva, his voice trembling, made one last desperate offer over the comms. "Surrender now, and your species will live on as honored vassals of the Dominion." She smiled. It was the first and only time anyone saw her do so during the entire encounter. "Vassals," she replied, her voice calm. "Admiral, this isn't about winning. This is about reminding the galaxy what happens when you touch our children." And then every speaker in the remaining fleet went dead. For 30 seconds, there was absolute, deafening silence. When sound finally returned, only one voice remained, broadcast to every ship, every deck, every panicked soldier. It was Aella's. "Children of the Dominion, you broke the Eridani Accords. The penalty is due. The Collector is here. Gravity generators failed. Lights died. Escape pods welded themselves shut from the outside. Only the Admiral's flagship, his last bastion, still had power. And in the flickering emergency lights of his bridge, Aella Voss stepped out of the shadows right behind his command throne. Kresheva scrambled to his feet, raising a fully charged plasma lance with shaking claws. She reached out and touched the emitter with just 2 fingers. The weapon fizzled out like a cheap wet sparkler. His voice cracked, a pathetic whisper. You're just a female." She leaned in, her voice now gentle, almost kind, which was the most terrifying thing of all. "Yes," she said, "exactly." 3 days later, the Terran relief fleet arrived to a graveyard. They found 800 Dominion ships drifting intact. The crews were alive, but their weapons were melted slag, their databases wiped clean. And on every single bridge, carved into the captain's throne with that ancient steel sword, was the exact same message. "We do not fight soldiers. We fight the idea that anyone can burn our children and still get to breathe." It was signed, Aella Voss, Terran War-Maiden, protector of the unprotected. The Dominion surrendered the entire frontier that same week. And now, every new recruit in every military academy across the galaxy teaches the new recruits one simple, life-saving rule. If you're lucky, humanity sends men with fleets. If you're unlucky, they send a woman, and she will walk across the stars themselves to collect the debt. Welcome to Binary Warzones. Next week, we dive into Episode 2, the day she took an entire planet hostage with a butter knife. If you got chills, hit that like button. And if you want more, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. The Warzone has just begun. Humanity, hell yeah.